With me, companions! For Bordeleaux!
For Bordeleaux, indeed. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new series. My name is Pangoduck, of course, and we're going to be playing more Warhammer 3 because it's very good, isn't it? It's a very good game. So, last time out, we were playing Dwarves, which is fairly defensive. They, of course, completely lack cavalry. This campaign, we're flipping it. We're going Bretonnia, all cavalry, all knights, all the time, horses everywhere, horse madness. That is the plan. I sat down and I looked at Bretonnia, and what I found out was Alberick of Bordeleaux has a new starting position in Warhammer 3. So here we are in Lustria. In fact, if we have a look at the mini-map here, it's a little bit clearer. You can see Ulthuan there, and Bretonnia in this area over here. It's a huge map, isn't it? We're now down here in Lustria, in the jungles, fighting lizard men and stuff. That just appeals to me because you don't typically get to do that as Bretonnia. You know, you're chilling up here. You fight maybe some Chaos, some Norska. Maybe you fight, you know, Ikit Claw, some Skaven, a couple of green skins. That's kind of as exciting as it gets. But now it's going to be lizard men. It's going to be vampire pirates. It's going to be madness. So that was my my decision, course of my decision, I should say. So let's do our 10-minute bore everyone to death and talk about the overall mechanics of the faction, shall we? Shall we? I can speak. Right, so Bretonnia overall, they have the chivalry mechanic. Every single Bretonnia faction. We can gain chivalry by doing chivalrous things, and as we fill it up, we'll get a bunch of buffs, if we keep it high, that is. And each time we get to a new tier here, we will get another use of the Green Knight. And you can see that's also tracked down here with this lovely button. And I believe, and I've not played Bretonnia in a very long time, but I believe that will summon a hero, the Green Knight, who, of course, we can then embed him into our armies, and he's going to be really strong. Once we actually max out the bar, which is 8,000 to 10,000 chivalry, we'll actually get limitless uses of the Green Knight. So we'll have him all the time, I assume. Should be very, very nice. I really want to try and get that. Of course, as well as gaining chivalry, we can lose chivalry. I'll give you a very simple example. If we go into raiding stance, we will lose 2 chivalry per turn. Because, of course, raiding is not chivalrous at all. If we ransom captives after a battle and try and sell them off for cash, we will lose quite a chunk of chivalry, actually. And I think maybe one of the settlement things, maybe if we raise it, we lose chivalry. I can't remember. Maybe, no, sacking. Probably sacking reduces chivalry. Things like that. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. There are a couple of mitigating things that may allow us to do some raiding, but we'll talk about that when we get to Albarick himself. The other main mechanic of Bretonnia is the peasant economy. Essentially, we have this theme of knights and peasants. And if we take too many peasants out of the field to take them into combat, our economy will collapse. We won't have any backbone of our economy still running, and we'll be screwed. So at the moment, you can see we can take up to 8 peasant units with us. We have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I wish the squires didn't count as peasants, but I get it because they're squires. They're not knights. So we have 7 units. We can have up to 8. And whilst we have 8 or below at the moment, because that's our capacity, we have absolutely free peasant mobs in terms of upkeep, although we don't have any peasant mobs right now. We've got men-at-arms. And minus 10% upkeep for all other non-knight units. So it is very nice to have. If we go over it, of course, we'll get debuffs and stuff, and things should get a bit difficult. We may have to. We'll have to see how the campaign plays out. Don't have a ton of experience with Bretonnia, so we will see. Moving on to Bordeleaux specifically then. They have recruit rank +2 and recruitment duration -1, so 1 less turn to recruit, all Bretonian knight units. So that's going to be really handy. We want to try and make use of that as much as we can. Income from ports +50%. You can see from the trident, and do you think we can see his trident, can we? Look at that. It's it's the most ocean-focused Bretonian faction, and we also are immune to all the ocean attritions, high seas, reef, and storm attrition. So we're going to be encouraged to get out there, sail around a bit, maybe get some treasures. I don't know if any have spawned already. Can't see any. We're going to be encouraged to go out there and have a look, though. For the other kind of half of what we have, we need to look at Albarick himself. And indeed, if we just go to his vow screen first, you can see he actually starts with the Knight's Vow unlocked, which is going to give us a Knight's Vow upkeep greatly reduced for Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm, and Pegasus Knights. So that's pretty good. Corruption -3 is, well, it could be helpful against the Vampire Coast and Khorne and whatnot. And we also have an extra big leader or leadership or size. Therefore, because we already have the Knight's Vow, we can actually pick our questing vow, but we'll come back to that in a minute. What I wanted to look at is first that beautiful trident. But secondly, let's just go through his stuff quickly. He does actually start with Heroic Killing Blow for a sort of on-demand damage boost. Very good. And he has a passive Spirit of the Tempest, which gives speed and charge bonus, 10% of each, to all allied units within 35 meters. That's going to prompt me to kind of want him to charge in with the cavalry, and he is mounted as well. So is our Paladin, which we'll get to. Other than that, just basic stuff. And then we come down to Virtue of Discipline. You can see that he actually gets Chivalry +4 per turn. Now, if you remember, raiding is -2 per turn. So technically, even if we raid, we are going to be offsetting that because we're going to get 4 per turn from Albarick. So we'll still be getting +2 per turn net. So if we really want to, we can, although I would like to take advantage of this and get as much chivalry as we can. Aside from that, melee defense, +5 for peasant mobs, men-at-arms, and spearmen-at-arms, +10 for Knights of the Realm. Very good. That's that, and this is from the stuff of the Knight's Vow, which I've already read. So that's fine. That's him covered. We can actually go and pick our vow while we're on him, shall we? So we can do Pledge to Campaign, win a siege battle in a desert or jungle climate region, Pledge to Manan, win a battle at sea. They're both very doable. Or Pledge to Protect, defeat a legendary lord of Ogre Kingdoms, Beastmen, Greenskin, or Dark Elves. Now, here's the thing. If you think about this, winning a siege battle in desert or jungle is extremely easy for us. As is Pledge to Manan. And Pledge to Protect is harder because we don't really have these factions around us. These seem to still be balanced around kind of the main Bretonnia continent, you know, where they've got greenskins and ogres around them, and they wouldn't normally be in desert or jungle. But as it is, I'm going to take Pledge to Campaign to win a siege battle in desert or jungle region, because we're literally, if we look at our settlement, we're going to go and siege Tlaxcalan, which I hate to say, and that's going to be a jungle. So we'll be able to finish it just by taking our province capital. Easy. Right. Onto the Paladin then. Not too much to write home about, apart from the fact he looks fucking cool. But he is mounted, and he has a passive called Guardian. Physical resistance +15% for allied heroes or lords within 35 meters. So in other words, he's going to hang out around Alberick and be a bodyguard, because he's going to give him a really nice chunk of physical resistance. Other than that, he has Virtue of the Ideal, I can speak. So yes, he also actually gets +4 chivalry, because so we're getting +8 from these two, +6 if we're in raiding stance. So it's not bad. Melee attack and melee defense +5 of each of those as well. Right, let's put him in the army. Let's talk victory conditions. Complete the Grail Vow, which comes after the one we're doing now with Albarick. Obviously, occupy, loot, raise or sack 30 settlements, and that's the short victory, which will give us extra hero capacity. The long victory is the short victory plus 70 settlements, 10,000 chivalry to fill the whole bar, and complete the final errantry war battle, which sounds so good. I want to do that. We will obviously then get hero recruit rank. I mean, who really cares at that point? And then finally, we've got the domination campaign victory to paint the map. I do have the end game scenarios turned on, but what I've done is I've disabled A Grudge Too Far, which is the dwarf one, and the Wild Hunt, which is the wood elf one. Reason being, in our previous campaign, the previous campaign it sucked because we got the dwarf one and we were playing dwarfs and it was just dwarf against dwarf stack all the time and it was horrible. Obviously, this time it wouldn't be as boring, but I just don't really want to face it again straight away. Like, we've just had that one. Let's have a different one. That was my thinking. And we spent a bunch of time with wood elves as well. I just wanted to change, so those two are disabled. Okay, technology then. We're getting there. We're about done. Technology is a bit weird. We have this tree down here. Okay, well, first of all, these two both give plus 50 chivalry, and then this one gives armor and leadership, and this one gives melee attack and charge bonus, to all lords and heroes, which is great. Well, embedded heroes, lords and embedded heroes. However, I don't really want to go down these trees. So Decrees of Bretonnia, it's really about picking your enemies. This one gives you buffs and extra chivalry for fighting greenskins down this kind of route. Over here, you've got the same for Norska. Then you've got Vampire Counts, Wood Elves and Tomb Kings, Warriors of Chaos and Demons of Chaos, Dark Elves, Beastmen, Skaven, and Vampire Coast. Some of these are going to have use, but in the immediate sense, I'm literally fighting Lizardmen. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a faction of Khorne units through here. We do have Vampire Coast over there. These technologies may have some use. We're going to try and make friends with Marcus if we can. But I don't really feel too excited about it. Not at the moment. It would be good, I suppose. But like I say, at the moment, my focus is on lizard men. And to get Vampire Coast, we have to... Oh, no, I think we can go straight here. Is that right? From getting Decrees of Bretonia? We could get that one immediately, but I don't know if we're going to be at war with the Vampire Coast, you know? I just feel like we want to pick this one up a bit later. And then we may go for the Warriors of Chaos if we're fighting Khorne, because I assume it counts for Khorne. Or we might go for Vampire Coast. So we'll see about that one. This tree is all about diplomacy and confederation. Those are all the different Bretonian factions. We can get the chance to confederate with them. I don't really think confederating with them makes a lot of sense for us where we are on the map. It's not really this campaign's vibe at the moment, so I'm not really planning to do that. And then we've got diplomacy. Well, this one is with the kind of overseas Bretonian factions of old. Humans, high elves, and lizard men, wood elves, dwarfs, empire, and whatnot, tomb kings. We don't really want any of those either. So these two trees are not too exciting to me in the early game. Therefore, we're going to go for economic investment. I'm not going to go through all these, obviously, but they're all economic investments and buffs. Some of them cost money to get. This one even costs chivalry because it's bribing. But we're just going to start with this one. It's fucking boring. Growth +4, income from settlement buildings +3%. But it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. And then we can work our way through here. We start getting buffs for our cavalry down here. Armor for knight units. Leadership and charge bonus for knight units. Or we can come this way and get peasant buffs. I'm not really sure how I want to play that yet. But either way, we're going to start with some economic investments. Right then, finally, before we get into combat, we have got our province where we have a level 3 town, which is very nice. We do start with a stable, which I am going to want to upgrade to allow us to get Knights of the Realm and questing Knights. We can get Knights Errant as it is. We actually start with Knights of the Realm, so getting more of those would be cool. But we've also got a port, which I'd like to upgrade. Bear in mind, we get 50% extra income from ports as part of our faction. I am actually going to do that. You can see we have 5,000 in the bank. I'm going to spend 3,000 there, and what I'm actually going to do, because I don't know how this campaign's going to play out, I'm going to get the 2,000 cost guardhouse as well. That's all of our cash, but we will be getting cash from fighting. And how long we've been? We've been 12, almost 13 minutes of the video, and it's time to have a fight. Finally. And of course, even though we're going to win, well, it is actually only a close victory. We're going to go in. I will take it. Obviously, we've looked at these two, but I will take a look at our units on the map, I think, so that we can look at them properly. Can we see the map? Okay. Oh, it's great to be in the jungle. Look at that. It's so cool, isn't it? It's just such a lovely kind of aesthetic. I really, really like it. And it's really cool to be playing a faction that you wouldn't normally expect to be here. Really, really nice. Anyway, so... Yes, true Bretonians. Just for a second. Let's have a look at these gentlemen. We don't need to go into their details because we've already looked at them. Oh, his sword's flaming. Look at that. Flaming with holy fire. And then, of course, we've got a bloody trident. Although, technically, we haven't done the quest for the trident. So he doesn't actually have a weapon equipped. But he still gets the visual, and it looks very cool. Okay, let's take a look at a few of our units, just so we can get used to them. We'll kind of put them back here. So, foot squires. Look at those bad boys. Shame it's like the evening. We have bad lighting. But there you go. So, foot squires. Okay, they're going to scream the whole time. Why don't we come to a compromise? What if we zoom in? There we go. So, armor piercing, anti-infantry damage dealer. Quite simply, if possible, we want to be flanking with these guys. They will destroy armor. You can see they have bonus versus infantry, and then armor piercing as well, which is great. How much is the armor piercing weapon damage? Is 26, and then base is 9. So it's actually insane. An extra 9 against infantry. So they are really, really good for what they are. Leadership is not the highest, but they are going to be a really nice unit to have. I do not mind in the slightest having those on board. We'll probably try and get more of them. Right, sod off. Next up. Men-at-arms are basic hold-the-line infantry for now. Look at those shields. They're so cool. Oh, I love the color scheme we have as well. Look at these boys. How cool is that? Okay, right. Yes, bring death. Okay, they're all going to scream again. Let's just... Okay, so they are shielded, obviously, which is good against range damage. And they're expendable. Now, they do have poor leadership, but because they're expendable, essentially when expendable units rout, they will not affect the morale of other units, except other expendable units. So they're almost in their own morale group. Expendable units routing will upset other expendable units, but all other units that are not expendable will not care if an expendable unit routs, which is good because they have really shit leadership. They're just there to kind of be a meat shield while we wait for the cavalry to arrive. Peasant bowmen. I love peasant bowmen. I love this very, very feudal aesthetic. Absolutely right up my street, that is. Really like these guys. Get those bowstrings. Right, I'm done. So they actually come with the pox variant. We have two of the pox variant, meaning they have poison arrows, which is great. Poison, of course, reduces damage and speed of enemies and stuff like that. I don't know why that tooltip doesn't stay. It's really annoying. But yeah, it's just going to reduce the incoming damage from the enemies who are poisoned and reduce their speed. Obviously, terrible leadership. Poor accuracy as well. But of course, they have the poison and they have pretty good range. It's actually quite far, look. Look at that. That's a long old way. They're essentially longbows, aren't they? Really, really good for what they are. They're cheap. They're peasants. They will do a job. Finally, then, we have Knights of the Realm. So these particular knights, apart from looking, again, really fucking cool, are anti-large. So these are not anti-infantry cavalry. It's worth noting. These are our anti-large cavalry. We start with two of them. They are armored and shielded. They will do a job. They'll be fine. But what's their bonus against large? 10. They have a 10 bonus against large, which is pretty good. They are going to be, where possible, attacking large units. I'll be looking to pick up some cavalry that are not anti-large. They're just anti-infantry when we can. They do also have this lance formation, increasing deceleration, acceleration, charge bonus, and charge speed. It's 40% on the charge bonus as well. So I think we are going to start them in that formation. You might say, why ever deactivate it? And I'm not sure, except maybe the surface area when you're fighting, it's a bit difficult if you stay in this formation. We're just going to have to play with it and see how we go. I'm probably... The lizard men are up there. They do have a unit of spears, by the way, just while we're on the topic. They do have Saurus spears. We have to keep an eye on them. The rest of them are skinks and we'll be fine. But I am planning to send... How are you not hidden? Really? There we go, hidden. That was hard, wasn't it? I am planning to send our cavalry down the flanks, maybe get behind them if we can. Well, this is going to be a challenge, isn't it? No, it's hidden. Take it back. And I think I'll send you to just with this unit, arbitrarily. There we go. Chilling in the jungle. Very, very nice. Everybody else, we don't need to get too carried away here. I think I would like to set up in this gap between the trees. You know, just over here somewhere. Obviously, we're going to outrange those skinks quite handily with our peasants. Probably just going to stick our great swords on the end and just kind of do something like this. I'm going to avoid going into the trees too much. That will limit the effectiveness of our archers. And I think we'll just do that for now. All right, let's start the battle. We're just going to pause for a sec. Let's get some orders. We are attacking them, so I don't expect they will come towards us. We'll just walk the cavalry up for now. Don't want to use too much stamina. Let's get them up there into the woods. And away we go. Right, what are we fighting today? Many skinky boys. Obviously the Saurus spears I mentioned. How cool is Saurus? How cool is this game? And then we've got the Slan. The Slan mage. I imagine he's going to start casting spells soon. Oh, look at that. What? I mean, every unit in this game is just cool. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just too excited. Right then, chaps. Let's get you speeding forward a bit. Don't know what his range is, but I think he has a magic missile. Am I right? Yes, Burning Gaze. So I'm expecting that. They also have this protection spell for armor and melee defense. We'll see what happens. How are we doing cavalry? I think, just to keep things interesting, I think we'll probably just gallop out there for now. Where are you? You in there? Let's just get you around here somewhere as well. Gotta be a bit careful of the spears, but that's fine. Everybody else, let's just slow down so I don't give everybody bad orders at once. I told you not to run. I think we'll just bring you guys over here for now. Oh, there you go. What's this?
That's it, lads. Keep fighting.
Oof, clipped a couple of them. Not too dramatic though. Obviously, this is going to be a fairly simple battle, but I just at the beginning of a campaign, it feels fresh. You have to soak it in. You see, we're actually in range now. Go on then, lads. There it is. Let's see how we do. Obviously, wildly inaccurate. But the skinks are pretty spread out. Oh, look at that damage already. Oh, hello. Well, that was rude. That was very rude. They're not biting on our art. They're letting us destroy this unit of skinks. We will...
Doing our duty.
We'll shift a bit.
Doing our duty. Like it. Valiant Lord. For our lady.
Again? He tanked that. He's just tanked that like a beast, didn't he? That was great. All right. Okay, they're going to engage now. We're going to wait for our moment. I mean, to be honest, you two can get stuck straight in. Probably there's the spears, look. So what I'll probably do is angle away from them and come down here. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what we're going to do there just yet. Okay. Come on, lads, hold the line. This is going to be really bad for these skinks. Let's just activate our damage ability while we're over there. Still got these spears, so I don't really want to engage with this unit. You can see our, our foot squires and our knights are going to have really take care of this unit pretty quickly. You guys are not doing a damn thing. Should we try and get on these spears, maybe? I'm not overly thrilled with the angle we have here. We're going to shoot some of our own units, but that's fine. Looks like the spears are trying to come after me. Do you know what? No, I don't like it. Go this way for now. I mean, if they're going to sit there, get them. I don't know what our knights are doing. I've let them loose a bit. See the Lord just... Oh, that was him just teleporting out there. Left his chair behind. Not really a lot left here. We're about done. Pretty simple. Let's just keep away from the spears, though, with our cavalry. We still have some skill. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Go on. Let's see how these guys fancy this. Oh my god, you see all the blood as we just... Oh my goodness. And that'll do it. Alright, stop shooting our own dudes. Just chill. Okay. Fantastic. Pretty easy. I think they're all going to die. Maybe I'll just chase a few down with the cavalry to make sure. And then we'll get back to the map and actually make some progress in the campaign, which sounds like a fun old time, doesn't it? Excellent stuff. Lots of dead lizards here. Peasants did a hell of a job. Covered in blood, but they did a hell of a job. Decisive victory. Only 20 units lost. Very, very nice. Bit of money, bit of experience, and we get a razor standard. Armor-piercing weapon damage +8 for the assigned unit. Oh, I might put it on some of the foot squires. Oh, that'd be insane. Love that. That's a nice pickup. So as you can see, look, ransom captives would give us a bit of cash, but we'd lose 5 chivalry. We ain't doing that. We will execute the captives, kill them all, and we'll take the leadership. Sorry, not leadership. Experience for our troops. Okay, Blessing of the Lady. Blessing gained. Your army has gained the Blessing of the Lady. That's so early. Don't you usually have to string a bunch of victories together to get that? Where does it show? Isn't it like disgusting? Yeah. Physical resistance +20%. For everybody. That's not broken. It says passive, but it also says uses 1. I think it's just all the time, right? It will be lost if we retreat. Which I have no plans to retreat. Oh my god, well I wasn't expecting that. Right. Our first skill point. I think I'm going to grab Well, here's the thing. The new Inspiring Presence is great, leadership per turn, because leveling up your units is just amazing. Route Marcher's not so great now at only 5%, but we also have Aspiring Knights, which is a nice set of buffs for the Foot Squires, and I might actually grab that. Weapon Strength plus 12%, Melee Attack plus 8. Champions of Bordeleaux plus 15 bonus versus large for our Knights for the Realm that already have a decent bonus as it is. I don't really care about that stuff. Vigor loss reduction will be good, especially for the cavalry. I think I'm going to get Aspiring Knights, though, and buff our Foot Squires. I do want to make him a very strong combatant on his own, but we can't pass that up. We just can't. Right, so we did gain 780, not enough to upgrade our stable. And we're in range of the next city, so let's go. We're going to be aggressive here. Let's get stuff done. I think I will fight this to minimize losses. It should be relatively simple. It's just a bunch of skinks. Raise the standard, yeah. So let's put that on one of these guys. Let's have a look. I think, am I right in saying this is one of those small maps, if I remember rightly? Yes. This has the same map in Cathay as well. It's got 4 entrances. I really like this one. I'll just talk about it briefly here. I like to line up my infantry on this side and push into the middle, and then have flanking units at the sides that just come in and take bases for free. Or if they send defenses here, I just move the flanking units away, and then they're wasting their time. Should be a good one. Let's get them. Yet another gorgeous map, if I don't say so myself. I love this beam. Oh god, that's bright. That literally, the fake light hurt my eyes. I'm such a shut-in. Right. Really, really cool. Look at that. The surroundings as well. Oh, it's just so gorgeous, isn't it? Anyway. I've already told you my plan. I guess... I mean... we have to... I might split these up. Okay. Let's do man-at-arms and a Foot Squire behind them. Did I put those ones there? No, I didn't. I put that... okay. And then let's do the same on this side. And I think I'll put the third one... okay, so you've got this in the middle. And then, as I said, you've got these end entrances as well. It's just where... do I want to put cavalry on the end entrances, though? I kind of do. I might...
Yes.
I think I'll bring 2 of them in here, like this. Obviously, they're going to get a unit of archers each, on each side as well.
For the lady.
What do I want to do with the lords? I might just... well, they need to stay together, though, don't they? Maybe we'll...
Knights of the Realm.
maybe we'll do something like this.
Show us the foe.
Please, get in the stance. I beg you. Hang on. Let me... yeah. Oh, the lord's behind. Let's do something like this. And I'm hoping we're just going to be able to run in and take a base for free. And if they do defend, we'll just move away. Right. Let's begin. Let's pause and just see what they've done. What have they done? What have they done? Where are their troops? I guess we just can't see them yet. Or we see a unit there. They've built barricades there and there, which is interesting. Let's plan to get straight up there. Archers probably don't have to be that close. Let's just go over here. We're going to have these 2, which is going to be a bit cramped, but that's all right. Let's get up there, boys. And then I suppose for now we're planning to bring this unit here. A bit finicky to get them to face the way you want in this formation. Look at it. It's just a bit... it's just... I don't know. I should really just use alt drag, shouldn't I? Like that. That's much better. And then you guys... I mean, I need to make sure there aren't any enemies, but let's plan to just run in there. Let's unpause and just see if the cavalry... we need to just locate the rest of the forces. Oh, there's a couple of units there. They don't look like they're defending anywhere else. Of course, they're going to build a tower soon, no doubt. In we go. Oh, I forgot the lords. I forgot you. You didn't go with that unit. Sorry, lads. I mean, I could send the lords separately up here and take that one. Should we do it? That's actually... oh, no, the crucial one's in the middle, where they're getting a buff from. So it'd be good to get in the middle as soon as we can. But that's going to be A little bit difficult. Oh, we just lost sight of them. Hopefully we'll see them again when we get up to the top. How are you doing? You've not run into any enemies, which is great news. Let's start getting our momentum buff stacking by taking the supply locations. Skin cohort. Right, archers are about in position. Now, these guys should be getting shot in a moment. Hopefully. No, not yet. The hell is that? Oh, they're building a tower. There we go, finally. Looks like they really want to go and engage that cavalry, which I'd like to get out here if we could before we get too carried away. I'll probably leave the bowmen there. They've got a decent angle. We're not under attack there yet, but we will be. We really need to get... Let's get moving. Oh, come on. You know I don't want that. Come on. Let's get out there like this. I don't really want to leave them fighting. Our lords should be able to take that one. These are just... I mean, I should charge them, otherwise we won't get the charge bonus. I don't know how well they're going to do there. We'll find out. Right, we're under attack here. Maybe I'll move the archers up. If we can scoot these guys out, I will. We just need to keep an eye out. Let's go slow-mo for a sec, because we've got people at all angles doing all sorts. I don't know what they're doing. But we can move up. The archers are almost there. The great swords, honestly, at the moment, can just move in there for free. So let's begin that. We're squeezing our foot squires around there. We've almost taken this already, because lords have such a high... kind of waiting. I mean, if they're going to let me grab this, then move away, I will. They're having a tough time with the barricade, aren't they? Let's get you down here to help. I mean, I could have sent them that way, but I think we're okay. We're going to get these foot squires around. How are we doing, everyone? Bit of slow-mo action. All good. How are you guys doing? Oh, you're actually doing pretty well. Pretty well. Okay, we took another point though, didn't we? See, this is the thing. You look away for a second and then everything happens. It's bedlam. Right. We're being thrown... There's javelins being thrown at us. I think I'm going to move back and then charge it in a minute. I'm going to allow our archers to have a bit of free fire here before we engage, which is great. Over here then. Let's roll. Hello, boys. Not the best charge. I had hoped for more, but I'm sure we will start to cut through them pretty quickly with these great swords. Come on, then. Look at that. There we go. There we go. Start slashing, boys. Looking good. I'm going to move you up a bit further. We've almost won there. We've got to be a bit careful of these guys, though. We don't really have a good answer. You can now charge in. Okay, good. We've got a 12% melee attack, 6 leadership, and minus 1% vigor per second buff from our 3 bases that we have. This is kind of awkward for these bowmen, but I think the greatswords will win the day eventually anyway. What are they doing? Shoot them. These guys are routing. Where is this? Is this linked to the middle? It is linked to the middle base. So after we take the middle base, this stupid barricade will disappear. I'm not really sure what I want to do about that at the moment. We do need to get past it. You need to turn around because we're going to be firing these in a moment. Okay, we're starting to see some routing here. What about them? They must be screwed, right? Yep, they're routing. You can continue to finish them off. Yeah, we're doing weird shit, look, because this barrier's here. Hopefully we're about to take this base. I think they're going to stop us. Kind of annoying. All right, well, you guys can just chill. I know we're wasting that unit, but they can just chill for now. And I think we can finish these guys off with a nice charge here. We are being hit by that tower in the arse, which is a bit shit. This should be the end of it, though. In fact, they're going to rout almost before we arrive. Goodo, and I think that might just be the victory. They're going to rout. There it is. Great stuff. Everything's destroyed. Took a bit of damage on our men-at-arms there. We were kind of grinding out, especially down here. There's a lot of dead lizards. There's definitely far more dead lizards than dead peasants, I will say. Jolly good, everyone. Minimal losses, really, overall. This was a fucking slaughter. Let's move on, shall we? Oh, hello. Armor of the Midsummer Sun. Armor +7, melee defense +7. Very nice. We will take that. Yeah, it is sacking, look. Sacking gives you -30 chivalry. You actually get 50 chivalry for raising, which is really, really nice. But obviously, for now, we're just going to occupy. Yep, Alberick can have that. Absolutely fine. How is replenishment? Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I want to get moving as soon as possible before they build a huge defense force here. We do want to just kind of build a couple of units and then go. We didn't really get much money overall, so I don't know what we're going to be able to do. I will grab the Champions of Bordeleaux upgrade, and I'll probably get... I think I'll get the basic training as well, and then maybe leadership, the inspiring presence, sorry, for the experience. And then finally, maybe we can get him some skills. I think that's the plan.
Yes.
For Pierre, we will get training experience per turn, and then we can go into Blade Master, and that'll be fine for him.
Noble.
We do start with fields. Should we leave that for now? Potentially, we could get a barracks here or something. Let's just leave the fields. That's a nice little chunk of income. What can we recruit? Obviously, peasant mobs. Peasant bowmen. We now have up to... I think we get... Let's just read this properly. Additional 2 peasant units for every city, which makes sense. Your capital being able to sustain 8. So because obviously we had our capital, we had 8. We've taken another city, so now we have 10. There is one thing I haven't mentioned. I see a lot of players that are way better than me having like a crap stack, i.e. a stack of like the worst, cheapest unit that they just keep to defend, ward away attackers, raid, whatever. Potentially we're going to want to do that, especially with our peasant mob advantages. The only problem is the peasant economy. I think for now I will want a couple more archers. I'm probably going to get 2 more archers. And indeed, that's all of our cash for this turn. And then what I might do is get knights errant, because they are anti-infantry, which will complement our anti-large knights very, very nicely. I might get a couple of those, which we can afford next turn. We're going to earn 1,800. I may move out and then recruit on the edge of the province. I think that's a decent plan. Right, last thing before we end turn, after a 40-minute turn.
Protector of the realm.
Paravon? I mean, they're all the way over here. I don't really want to get something with them. Vampire Coast Mutineers, no. So,
Unflinching.
Marcus is my main target for diplomacy. He's not overly thrilled with me. It's only 5 aversion, so we should be able to get him on side. I think the only problem is he doesn't really hate the lizardmen that much. Oh, they kind of do. But he's not really getting any bonuses for us killing lizardmen. But hopefully we can get him on side sooner or later. We can't trade with anyone anyway. Right, let's hit end turn, shall we? How many factions? 275. That's going to go down pretty quickly, and I imagine we'll lose a few this turn as well. Oh, we only lost 2. 273 there. Oh, look at that. Really nice replenishment. I would like to encamp, which takes 50%, so let's be a bit careful. Oh, no, we can move all the way to the edge of our province. I don't think we'll be able to reach in one go after that. So they are going to get a few rounds of recruitment off. You know, we'll be all right, won't we? We'll be okay. I'm going to grab 2 knights errant. We'll leave this at 9 out of 10 for now. I don't really want the peasant mob unit. I don't really care about having more than 4 archers just now. I'd really like this army to focus more on cavalry, because it's very infantry based at the moment. But I really want to switch that up if we can. Right, I don't think there's a lot for us to do other than recruit these units and then get over there. So let's get to that. Lovely stuff. So a couple of turns on now. We did get the opportunity to upgrade this settlement, so I've started that going. 1 turn away from getting our port and our guardhouse, which is great. Port will be a bit more money, although we're earning really nice money at the moment. And hopefully now we can reach. Yes, we can. What have you recruited? Skink skirmishers. Let's begin the siege and find out what else he's done. 2 red crested skinks, which is a bit unfortunate because they are pretty nasty, those. Armor piercing, frenzy, great axe. Skink cohort is fine, and then a couple of the skirmishers. They only have skinks in the settlement garrison. Is this a Croxagore then, this lord? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's a Croxagore lord. That's going to be slightly problematic. I'm sure we'll be all right, though. Let's get some of our beautiful siege equipment building. Do I want 6 towers? No, there's no point. Obviously, these come in 2s for anyone unaware. So 4 towers is going to be enough because we've only got 5 infantry total. Melee infantry, that is. And one of them's going to have to push the ram. So there's no point in having any more towers than that. Archers can go behind. Cavalry, I don't know how we're going to approach this. Obviously, that's like slightly kind of a problem for Bretonia is sieges when you've got a lot of cavalry. A little bit awkward with what you do. You could maybe get an agent who focuses on destroying walls. I don't know what the game is there. I don't know what our agents... Like, did you have that? No, I don't think you have the ability to destroy walls, but maybe some of the other heroes do. I'm not sure on that. We'll have to see, but that could be a really good strategy for us. You'll notice that we have 1 out of 1 paladin. We should... I think we get... If we upgrade the stable... Yeah, hero capacity +1 for paladins. So we could get another paladin, and rather than put him in the army, we could maybe have him be an on-map agent, because I almost never do that, and that might be a bit of fun as well. Okay, obviously we're not going to have time to do the siege this episode, but let's get the equipment built. Let's get things going. We'll check diplomacy again, and then we can round it out. And the next episode, we can go straight in and do the siege battle, which should be a good time. The migration? Large, literally immediately read it wrong. A great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from larger threats abroad. Do we let them cross into our territory or turn them away? Do nothing, or we could welcome them. We would get growth and recruitment cost reduction, but control -3. I don't know what our control situation is. I would welcome the growth, though. I think we're going to go for it. Okay, the control, it'll be all right. It will be all right. So... While you're away, a couple of turns have passed. We've got the stable upgrade coming now. Started that. This is finished. What do we want to build here? Ooh, I would like to... We're gonna trade with Marcus when we can. So medicinal plants will be good, plus the 100 income. Here's the issue. I believe... Yeah. If you have fields, you can get the windmill. You have to have fields in the local region, I think. Or maybe just in the province. That increases income from farms by 25%, which is a bit nasty, and gives growth. I kind of just want to try it out as like a mechanic and see how we go. 50% it goes up to. That's naughty, isn't it? I kind of want that. Here's the issue. If we build the fields and level them up, and then we build the windmill, and we're going to want the medicinal plants, that means there's no room for a guardhouse in this settlement. I think I'm going to do it anyway. But I do recognise that's a bit fast and loose. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. Our siege equipment should be done. Yes, it is. Everybody is injured from the attrition they get for being under siege. This should be really easy when we fight it. But of course we're going to fight it because I want to see the siege equipment and I want to have a nice little time with it. We will continue the siege for now. We do have skill points, or a skill point for Pierre. Very good. We'll get Blade Master then, +5 melee attack. And then I think we're good. We'll just do a quick diplomacy check again.
Protector of the realm.
Hunt's Marshal just not feeling it. He's just not feeling it right now. I'm sure he'll come around. So, apart from that, I did notice the mutineers snuffed it. Tiny Tim Cox. All right. So we actually do have the Awakened here now, the full faction. Now we can see Khorne as well, or this Khorne faction, Bloodkeepers. Not sure, that might have to be our next target after we get rid of this lot, but they are in this province as well. Oh my god, that's Tzeentch, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, things are going to get really messy, and this guy really needs to get on side with us soon. One step at a time, though. So next episode, we will take our province capital, which will also enable us to finish Albarick's vow, which will be brilliant, and then we'll move forward. So... As always, everybody, thank you very much for joining me. Hope yourself Hope you have yourself a fantastic day. I'm struggling today. Hope you have yourself a great day, guys. If you've got any tips or anything, feel free to let me know or tell me what I'm doing wrong. Absolutely. If you've stuck with me through all the chattering and explaining, then I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode.